Browns are dumb enough to do it is because look at the players they've drafted in the first round recently.
Yeah, but the draft. First of all, you're locked into that money for an X amount of time. The draft picks didn't work out, but you add up all those contracts for all the replacements. It's probably cheaper than $36 million for 1 year.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. If the Browns perform well, we know Cleveland, for whatever reason, loves their sports teams. It would be better, more profitable for the Browns to overpay for Kirk Cousins.
Why? To sell 25% tickets? It's not going to be profitable at all. They're going to win 8 games at best.
No. With all the draft picks they've got...
We've been saying that for 10 plus years and it hasn't changed. So what's going to magically happen now? Kirk Cousins is going to ride in a white horse, like wielding in Morningstar? It's not going to be the savior that ends the whole thing.
I mean, have you seen how bad the Redskins are? He took them to the playoffs last year.
No, the Redskins weren't in the playoffs last year.
Oh, no, you're right. The year before. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the year before. Yeah. Okay, you got into the first round. Great.
The Browns have won 1 game in 2 years.
Okay. That's... Yes,
right, Lil John?
You're not going to turn this around from a team that makes the... Cleveland won't make the playoffs. They won't even be 500 with Kirk Cousins. It's just not going to happen. They're missing too much.
And
they didn't win a game last year. A game.
We know you love Josh Gordon.
Cousins is a huge upgrade over Kaiser, and they've got a decent defense.
What was the average margin?
Josh Gordon.
What was the average margin of loss last year for the
I don't think it was
Browns?
very high.
It was only a few points.
Yeah, it was.
You don't think Kirk Cousins is more than a few points better than Deshaun Kaiser?
Yes, but that doesn't make them a playoff team.
Now, I don't necessarily think they'd be playoffs, but they'd be on their way. Which is a huge improvement.
They have to spend their
a lot of money to gamble on your way for 1 year. For 1 year is a lot of money to gamble on Kirk Cousins because
I don't think they should do that.
God
for 1
knows
year
that Kirk Cousins is probably not going to want to
extension.
stay in. Exactly, but that you can't guarantee that ahead of time.
Well, you can if you speak with him and with.
If I was Kirk Cousins, I'd tell you go yourself. You want to sign me extended to Cleveland?
Yeah,
LeBron
he's got Jamie
doesn't
Collins.
want to be in Cleveland, and he grew up there.
Agreed. If he does not want to go to Cleveland, then it's not a good idea.
But I mean, in all honesty, who wants to go to Cleveland?
Honest, he has no incentive to help the Redskins. If they're trading him, and I'm the Browns, and I call him and be like, "Listen, we want you. We want to trade for you. But are you going to extend with us?" What incentive does he have to say to lie if he's not planning on it? He's either going to say, "Yes, I'm down to become Cleveland's other hero,"
savior,
or no. And
yeah, I mean,
the Browns go, "Oh, hey,
he's not going to BS it in that fact." That being said, an interesting point that was made up because of the fact that contracts are going to be coming up for a lot of big name quarterbacks in the coming years. Rodgers, Ryan. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are going to get big extensions. If I was Cousins, a point that was made is you take a 3-year deal, you prove yourself somewhere else for decent money, not out of this world, but if you bring a team to a large or a long playoff run, or you even take a 3-year deal making a decent amount of money with someone like the Vikings and you do get to a Super Bowl, once that 3 years is up, you could take another swipe at it and try and get even more money.
I think the thing we're forgetting in all of this, we keep throwing around the Minnesota Vikings. What they're saying essentially is if we don't get Kirk Cousins, we want to rock with Sam Bradford.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I guess at that point.
Because they're letting
he's the only
Keenum,
one under contract. Yeah.
No one's under contract. They're just not re-signing him at the moment.
And they're not going to... You don't franchise tag Case Keenum. That would be foolish.
Yeah, that'd be way
too much money than he's worth.
Yeah.
Not to mention if he ends up being your backup and you want to go with Sam Bradford, you just franchise tag your backup quarterback.
I don't think they're too concerned, though, because everyone is going to be bidding on Kirk first, and they're not going to be, after Kirk decides where he wants to go, then they can, do their backup plan. They can re-sign Keenum or Bridgewater. So I think that's why they're just staying mum, because they don't know what's going to happen in free agency. If they get Kirk, boom, Sam Bradford's a great backup. Why, re-sign him for a couple years
Plus, there are other teams that have quarterbacks that we're not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I.e., Nick Foles in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Maybe they want Nick Foles. I don't know why they'd want Nick Foles. He's basically not quite as good, in my opinion, Case Keenum.
I actually see the Bills making a push for Foles. The Bills have already worked out deals with the Philadelphia organization. They have a history of making deals happen.
They do.
Can certainly see that. And then
it's
going to be insane. As soon as Kirk's decision is made, it's just going to be a carousel because then Keenum's going to get a bidding war on him. Foles is probably going to
Foles is still under contract.
Yep, but
trading for him, teams are going to want to try and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trading for a Super Bowl winning MVP.
If I'm the Bills, I'd consider trading that first. Again, mid first, not that huge.
If I'm the Bills,
it's the best you're going to get in that situation for what you need. You need a quarterback in Buffalo, so a mid first round is. For Foles, that's
a little high, I think, in my opinion.
If I'm the Bills, I just go to
in their situation now.
I just go to Kirk Cousins and be like, listen, we just tanked and made the playoffs. All right, we have the money, we have the players. All we need is the quarterback.
Depending on how much Cousins wants.
Here's our checkbook.
If he doesn't come to the Jets,
write it.
I really hope he doesn't go to the Bills. That would upset me.
Yeah.
Considering that you had all the money in the world to throw at him, yeah. Because then he consciously made the decision, I don't want to play for the Jets.
I think it's like...
Is that a bad decision?
He's going to go with either all the money...
Equally as bad as going to play for the franchise.
Or he's going to go with the winningest chance. And I think that's...
I could see Kirk Cousins pulling such a Kirk Cousins move to be like, haha, I didn't take the money at all. I went to the team that gave me the best chance to win. Sucks to be you guys.
Or how funny would it be if he's like, you know what?
Or it's not about sign like a Jesus up here on a piece of toast and make his decision.
How funny would it be if he's like, I don't want to be the highest paid player in the NFL. I don't need to be the winningest player in the NFL at the moment. What I need to be is a pariah. I need to be a god. I'm taking my talents to Cleveland. Could you imagine if he says that? Or not says that, but does that. Yeah. If he goes to
That's when you get a Twitter message from me. That's where careers go to die.
Well, I mean, if you ask Muhsin Muhammad, Chicago is where wide receivers go to die.
Well, okay. I mean, Drew Carey loved Cleveland, and he even left for LA.
Cleveland rocks.
Yeah,
it's a good song.
And now he's hosting The Price is Right. Second best job on television.
What's the best?
Oh, easily Alex Trebek, Jeopardy. Come on.
I don't know.
Dude,
Howie Mandel had
money he makes just to host that show. He works like 2 days a week.
Howie Mandel on Deal or No Deal had a great job.
How long has Alex Trebek been hosting Jeopardy, though?
600 years?
That and Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I mean, Pat Sajak has proven you can do that drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple episodes in the 90s where Pat Sajak was intoxicated.
Just a couple?
Straight drunk.
That's...
Like, I don't think he would have solved the puzzle.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But,
where are you from? Oh, okay.
Relaxing at the beach. Wrong! Oh, actually, that's right.
Yeah, actually, that's right. Sorry.
Sorry, the bee was moving.
All right, guys. The bee was moving. It's relaxing at the beach. Oh, no, Vanna's hands in front.
No.
Sorry.
Give me a second. I need a shot.
We gotta... Wheel of Fortune brought to you by Pat Sajak Vodka.
Yeah. Man, that wheel moving is not helping me out.
It's on $500,000.
Is the room spinning? That's the wheel, Pat.
All right, guys, let's move on. We're having too much fun making fun of
Pat Sajak.
Oh man, if Pat Sajak doesn't watch out, Nellie's gonna steal Vanna from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you guys know why I was crying on Monday at my desk.
You were crying?
Crying like a little girl. Crying like a little girl, which probably...
That got stood up for the prom.
Yeah, that's probably offensive, and I apologize.
It's definitely sexist.
I apologize if you were offended by my sexist comment, but I certainly was. I was crying.
And now you just assume genders.
I did. At my desk on Monday, because for the first time ever, a U Albany sports program is number 1 in the nation.
I didn't even raise that. The first time that a SUNY program has ever been ranked number 1 in the nation.
And then you want to hear something funny?
Wow.
Less than an hour later, Stony Brook women number 1 in lacrosse. Less than an hour after, U Albany becomes the first SUNY program.
Suck it, second.
Yes.
That's what you get.
U Albany, number 1.
That's kind of sexy in its own right. They were like, let's figure out the men first.
Yeah.
With that being said, I mean, it is a great milestone for U Albany. That also being said, I was extremely impressed with all the comments from Scott Marr after hearing about being number 1, how he addressed the team. He was like, listen, this is the beginning of February. He's like, so 1 doesn't exactly mean anything right now. And they're looking at it as a week-by-week thing. Take it 1 game at a time, which I think that was their goal from the onset. But he also made it a point. He's like, this means that we're going to have to work that much harder because now we do have a target on our back. Teams want to be able to say they knocked off the number 1 team in the country. So every team that, if we even thought about taking them in lightly, we need to know that at any point everyone's gunning for us.
Oh,
right.
And it sets up the matchup between number 1, number 2, Albany, Maryland, later in the year.
I'm not confident that Maryland's going to be number 2 when that comes up.
I mean, who knows? Duke just lost to Penn.
Penn's on the rise, though.
I'm sure in crew.
No, Penn should be in the top 20.
Yeah,
they're a good team
in crew
in lacrosse. The game that I'm more worried about is Yale. They're faster.
Yale is a very good team.
I don't think this year's Maryland team without Rambo can bully Albany the way they did last year. Certainly not
a typical lacrosse thing too. A bunch of prep schools.
Yeah. Certainly
Penn,
not.
Harvard, Yale, typical. Cornell.
Yeah.
Come on.
Speaking of Cornell, U Albany plays Cornell on Saturday.
Yes,
at
they
home.
do. At
Yep.
home?
Yep, at home.
Nice.
Oh, man.
What time is that game? Noon?
Probably.
Yeah. Lacrosse games are usually early.
Dan Baby and I went to this past game against Drexel. We sat right behind the Drexel players.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They are awful.
Drexel is not known for being good. I did hear that the lacrosse goalie for U Albany, his father goes crazy in the tailgating. He has his big barbecue set up. He's doing this like it's football games.
Probably.
Oh no! Apparently, it's all home cooking for him too. He does it every home game.
We got to hook up with JD Colaruso's dad then.
Apparently, he does it every home game. Every home game.
But my big takeaways from the game, one, TD Ierlan is by far the best face-off man in the history of lacrosse.
Wow.
He only lost one face-off against, I don't remember his name, from Drexel, and that was because of a penalty.
Oh, he started too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, he won every single one.
Yeah, well, actually, looking at statistics, this is great for you, Albany. Collins is the nation's highest percentage face-off win right now. He's also number 1 in the nation in ground ball recoveries. The U Albany goalie is the number 1 in the country save percentage and the number 1 in the country goals against.
Well, yeah, because right now their score differential is 33-8.
Well, yeah.
33-8.
But I mean, they keep that up.
They were beating Drexel 16-2 at the half.
Oh Christ! So again, U Albany was like, "All right, we can take the foot off the gas now."
They put in their second stringer, scored 2 more goals, and then Scott Marr's like, "No, we can't score anymore.
We've got to stop.
We've got to stop.
Hold the ball.
No, they did.
Just let them leave. They're beat up.
There were times when they were just passing the ball around. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna call for that shot clock anytime now. They didn't. Drexel's like, let's just get going. Let's let them hold it. We gotta go.
Drexel was yelling at the refs, "Don't do that. We've already got the bus warming up. We want to get the hell out of here."
You can see like they throw a penalty, they throw a flag, and the coach will be like, "We declined. Just continue on. We gotta end this."
Oh man, yeah. Well, I mean, Drexel. For what it's worth, I mean, even without U Albany becoming number 1, and even if they hadn't, Drexel was drastically overmatched in that game.
Oh, absolutely, and it's crazy how natural this game comes to. First of all, Justin Ray is friggin' awesome.
Yeah.